What's going on, guys? It's your boy Stevie back at it with another video. Today we're going to be going over some vocal mixing with stock plugins as requested in my comments. If you have any comments for a video you want to see, feel free to leave a suggestion below and we'll get right to it. Alright guys, so first thing, let's take a listen to what we got here. This is fully mixed.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
Sounds alright, so we're gonna go right into it. So we got not a lot going on here, as you can see. We have an EQ, we have a Maximus for a de-esser, we have the Fruity limiter as a compressor, and then we have the Fruity compressor to add a little extra compression. So let's get rid of all of this and the reverb and the delay so we can hear it dry.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
Alright, so the first thing that we want to do is some subtractive EQing. So if we go into the EQ, you can hear back and forth A and B it, how it sounds with and without the EQ. So first we're going to do it without.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins
without. Yeah. So as you can see, there's a huge difference right there. But what's going on? Alright, so if you look here, we have a high pass filter cutting off at about, I'd say 100 hertz. We did a little subtractive EQing right here, and right here, and right here, and right here. And we're going to boost it just so you can take a listen.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So my method for EQing is I try to find the frequencies that I find bad to my ears, and I just take them out. So that way you get left with nothing but the good stuff for compression. So if I go through each one of these, you can hear exactly what I was hearing, like in this 2-band right here.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
And the 4-band.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins.
So the way I go about finding them is you grab a band, scroll, drag it up, find the frequency, and take it out.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins.
So you could even do something right there and take it out.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins.
And honestly, that sounds a lot better in my opinion. So I'm glad I did that. So moving on from the EQ, we got Maximus for de-essing. All I did was go into the presets, go to the narrow band. So what you want to do is find where all the S's are hitting with the mid band, which you can solo that to hear it. As you can hear, there's a lot of sibilance, a lot of S's going on. So we want to get rid of all that. You can do that by taking this down to add more compression. Because basically what we're doing is we're finding the frequency we don't like and compressing the fuck out of it. So that way we don't have it hurting our ears. So that being said, this is what it sounds like with it on and off. Oh, whoops, I forgot to unsolo it.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So hopefully you can hear a little bit of a difference there. It's just something to tame down the harshness of the vocals. So the next step that we go to is compression. I like to use the Fruity limiter, especially if you're a beginner, because it's very visual. You can see what is going on, because I know compression can be kind of scary to some of you guys, but it's honestly not, it's not bad. It's not bad. So let's take a look at what we got here.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So all I did was turn down the threshold, which is this blue bar you can see right here. You want it to act like it's chopping off all the heads of these, right? Because you want to pick, this is how the software picks up your vocals so it knows what to compress. Because when you're leaving it up here, it's not hearing any signal. It doesn't know what to compress. So we gotta bring it down so that way it can cut all these frequencies and pick it all up. The next thing you want to do is turn the ratio up, which a 2-to-1 ratio is a good place to start. If it needs more, you can always bring it up, or if it needs less, you can bring it down. And the result of this will inevitably make this more quiet, which is what this gain is for, so you can turn the volume back up. So I'll show you what it sounds like with the compression without the gain being turned up.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
As you can hear, it made it a little quieter, so the way that we fix that is using the gain to bring it right back up.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So the next step I like to do is add on a second compressor just to pick up whatever the first one missed, so that way we can get nice upfront vocals in the mix. So I just used the Fruity compressor. I brought the threshold down to -18 dB, which if you look right over here, you can see what's going on. So before I engage this, let me shut this off and let you see it.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock.
Alright, so right there, you can see this green bars jumping all around. There's a lot of dynamic range going on. So we don't want to squash it so it's flatlining, but we don't want it jumping this much. If it's jumping like that, that's alright, but this is too far of a jump for me. So what we do is we put on the compressor and we bring the threshold down to where its lowest point is, so that way we can bring it up so it's matching where we want it to hit. I try to target for around -9 dB because I feel like that's a good place for the vocals depending on how loud the beat is. But I typically turn the beat down to -3, -6 dB just so it sits nice and it'll be ready for mastering. So let's take a listen to that.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So the more you turn down the threshold, the more compressed it's going to be. Let's see where the bar is hitting, just so we're able to compress accordingly.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So I'm seeing it hit somewhere a little below -18, so we could put it like -19, -20, somewhere around there.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So we're going to turn the ratio up a little bit because it's not really doing too much.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah. This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
And we're going to turn up the attack a little bit because the attack is how quick the compressor will come in and actually start compressing, and the release is how long it will compress for before it stops compressing.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah. This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
And then we'll add the gain back to get the volume because it made it a little bit quieter. So we're going to bring that right back up.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So that's sounding all good to me. The next couple of steps, we're gonna add in some reverb and some delay. These things are optional. Most songs will have reverb and some delay to some extent, but this is where you can get kind of creative and try different things and do what sounds good. All of this stuff is technical mixing. This is just to clean up the vocals. You do this no matter the genre, but especially in hip hop, you got a lot of reverb and delay going on. So let's get right into that. So what I like to do is add send buses for my reverb and delay, because you could throw it right on here, but honestly I think it sounds better when you have it being sent out, because you can manipulate it more. So to do that, if you're not aware, it's literally as simple as you click on the channel that your vocals are on and just click that. Once you hop over to this, you can throw on your reverb, throw on your delay, and we'll start with the reverb first. So in the reverb, you want to turn down the dry knob all the way, because that is the dry signal. That is your vocals on this channel. No, my bad. On this channel, with the reverb, all we want coming through this channel is reverb. All the vocals are coming through here. So with that being said, let's take a listen.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
So this is where you can mess around and have a little bit of fun. Change the size of the reverb, how big you want the room to be, so we can play with that.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
You can add your high cut and your low cut to kind of EQ the reverb so it don't sound too bassy or too tinny.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah. This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
Alright, so that sounds cool. This would be up here when you start off, so it'll sound like this.
This is how you mix your vocals.
So what you want to do is turn this down to wherever you feel sounds good.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
There's still a little harshness coming through, so I might even just throw on an EQ.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah. This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
There's actually a little coming through on here too, so I think I might readjust this band.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
Alright, that's better. The next thing we got is the delay. So for the delay settings, same thing. You want to turn the dry knob all the way down. For the timing, if you want to get a half note delay, which will sound like this.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
You can mess around with the timing of these to get it to how you like, but for this example, I just put it on a half note delay. You can change the volume of this right here. This is what is actually being affected. So
this is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
Most of the time you want them sitting more in the back, because you don't want it to be like this.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins,
because then it gets a little jumbled up and we don't want none of that. So we're going to tuck it in the back, because keep in mind, you're probably going to add doubles or ad-libs, so you don't want this taking up too much of the space. This is just to fill the gaps.
This is how you mix your vocals with stock plugins, yeah.
And honestly, that sounds good to me. So I hope this video was able to help you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave messages down below. If you have any video ideas, feel free to contact me or comment in the comments below, in the comments. Yeah. And yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.